Not everyone likes to get lots of carbs, and to be honest, those pasta sheets are not the cheapest here in Turkey. So why not try out zucchini lasagna? So here we go! So for this recipe, the best you can do is a mandolin. This, I think it's called a mandolin. This blade thingy, very sharp. You can definitely just cut them on a board, but it's gonna be so much easier with this. I should be very careful because this is very sharp. Mind you, this mandolin, if that's the right way to say it, is probably more than 20 years old. It looks accordingly, but hey, it does the job. See? Perfectly thin pieces. And these are gonna be our pasta pieces. Important thing here is to sprinkle some salt now and then to release the excess water from here. So every few pieces I'm gonna do that, and then it will release the water and I can just throw that out. And I just do that with several zucchinis.
While the zucchinis rest and release their juices, we make the sauces ready. So have some oil, onions and garlic and roast them all nicely to get them all softened and aromatic. Then add the meat into this and cook that until the color of the meat changes. This part is optional, which is carrots, but tomato sauce, or basically crushed cooked in tomatoes, here are a must. I add them and then all the spices, namely cumin, salt, black pepper to taste. Let them cook together for a few minutes and turn the heat off. Then comes the bechamel or white sauce or whatever you want to call it. Melt the butter and add some flour to that and roast it until the color of the flour starts to change. Do not burn it though. This might take a bit, but don't be impatient because it's worth the taste. When you get to that point, add the milk and start stirring like crazy to avoid clumps and the sauce from sticking to the bottom. To be honest, I could have stirred it a bit more here.
Yeah, it got so clumpy. I mean, I could work this over, but I'm too lazy for that.
With working this over, I mean to run through a blender or alike, but it really didn't matter here much. And now you gotta layer the zucchini and all the other things you like to layer in a lasagna. I love mushrooms, so I added a few of those in here as well. I added them raw because I want them to retain their shape as much as possible. And their flavor as well, but you know what I mean.
So a little side note. So I made of course way too much. So I prepared this one and I will let it cool off completely, and then I will toss this into the freezer to have it ready when I have the need for some food. I am working full-time, so this kind of preparing stuff makes sense for me. It can last for like 2 to 3 months in the freezer. When you want to make it, you just get it out of the freezer. Of course, you package this up really decent, like I will cover it with foil, then I will put it in another bag and then into the freezer. You just get it out of the bag and everything and let it thaw in the fridge, and then you just cook it like you normally would. And you can make this any size. I mean, this size is perfect for like 2 meals for us. Or you can go tiny. This is literally 1 person. It's literally for 1 person. But you know what I mean. So you can freeze this to know. I will bake this for the tasting part because I don't want to mess up the big one. This will be our crown jewel.
Then you bake these at 180 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes. It really depends on the cheese you put on the top and how melted or burnt you like it.
Oh, coming in hot. And it smells amazing. Truly, it really does. And I can't wait to dig in. Oh. See. See you later. In tiny format, it tastes really good. One very important note that I have to put here is let the zucchinis rest as much as possible. They release lots of water, and I was impatient with the first one especially, and the consistency got kind of soupy. The taste was on point, don't get me wrong. But the consistency does matter in the end. Aside from that, I truly hope that you enjoyed this week's video and give it a shot. If you do, please let us know in the comments below. By the way, we have a Patreon, and if I'm planning everything right, you can watch these videos earlier than everybody else. Not that I have the biggest subscriber count, but hey, I gotta start somewhere. And aside from that, I do have some other perks, but let me know if you are interested in anything else as a perk. Again, in the comments below. Other than that, you can subscribe, like, and comment to make this channel grow and show everybody what yummy stuff we are doing here. And artsy as well. I will go into that as well. So, thank you for watching till the end. Have a delicious weekend and see you whenever.